You just see here, for example. Okay, starting with, okay. Now, so this is a bulb. This is a battery, positive and negative charge. If the bulb is connected to the battery, bulb starts glowing. Okay, just this is a simple circuit. This is a simple circuit in which there is a battery having EMF E, and this is a bulb having resistance R. See, this is a symbol of a bulb. This is a symbol of a battery. Battery won't be like this. Bulb won't be like that. Okay. So here, if you consider the battery, how the battery is going to function? Battery, how does it works? So this is actually the symbol of a battery. But actual battery will be like this, having two copper plates, and these copper plates are connected to the bulb here. Okay, so this is one copper plate, this is one copper plate, which is dipped in a solution. Okay, and what is this solution? H2 sulfuric acid. Let us take this one is the solution here. So here, how does the bulb works? First of all, see, this is the positive terminal of a battery, this is the negative terminal of a battery. While I am explaining the symbol of a battery, the bigger solid line is going to be positive, the smaller solid line is going to be negative. So such a deep concept I am telling, you might have not listened in your 8th, 9th and 10th or anywhere in your college. Such a deep concept. If you understand this concept, you will understand the total electricity easily. Total electricity based on this very important concept. So this is a battery. Now just see here. If this is going to the battery here, this is a positive terminal of a battery which is called as anode, this is a negative terminal of a battery which is called as a cathode. Okay, and this is called as sulfuric acid. Now, current always flows from positive to negative, isn't it? Current always flows from positive to negative. From positive to negative, current always flows. From higher potential, this is called as a higher potential, and this is called as a lower potential. If you want to understand the battery, let us compare the battery with a tank. Okay, I am comparing this battery with a tank for better understanding. Where in a tank, this is the water level. Okay, what is this? This is going to be the water level here up to here. Okay, so water level from up to here, this is a water level. Here water level is up to here only. This is called as higher potential. This is called as lower potential. Okay, so if I make a small hole here, okay, what is going to happen? If I make a small hole here, then what happens? Water will flow from higher potential to lower potential. Water will flow from higher potential to lower potential. పై నుంచి కిందికి వాటర్ రావడానికి ఎలక్ట్రిక్ మోటార్ అవసరంలే, బట్ కింది నుంచి పైకి పంపడానికి ఎలక్ట్రిక్ మోటార్ అవసరం. So water comes by itself from higher to lower. But to again you want to pump this water from lower to higher, then we need one electric motor. What we need? We need one electric motor. Let us consider this is an electric motor which is connected here, and this electric motor will pump the water. So whenever you want in a building, in an apartment having 30 houses, each and every house requires water. Then you have to place all the syntax tanks on the topmost terrace of your building. 30 houses are there in an apartment. Okay, 30 flats are there in an apartment. Then what happens? 30 syntax tanks should be there on the terrace. Okay, why do you keep that syntax tanks on the topmost? So that once you pump the water from a ground level by using electric motor, okay. So first of all, what will you do? You will pump the water from ground level to syntax tank. Further electric motor is required, and from that syntax tank you will get water to all the apartments at all the places. From higher to lower, no need of electric motor. Tap open, water just. So same thing happens here. Here electric motor is there. So now from positive terminal anode copper and cathode one more copper plate. Here current flows in a circuit. When it passes through the bulb starts glowing. So current flows from higher to lower, higher potential to this is a higher, this is a lower potential. But this should be a cyclic process. Higher to lower current flows from positive to negative, but from negative to positive, this is copper plate negative. Again it has to flow. So this should be cyclic process. So from lower to higher it goes, then only from higher to lower it comes. It should be the continuous process, so that continuous supply of water is there. So continuous supply of current also requires cyclic process. So from lower to higher the current has to flow. How does the current will flow from lower to higher? Here motor is there, there motor is not there, but motor is electrolysis process there. Okay, so electrolysis process means what? For example, I am taking CuSO4. Okay, so what is this? CuSO4 is a electrolyte there. So CuSO4 gives rise to Cu2 plus SO4 2 minus. Okay, a complex compound divides into simpler ions, and this process is called as electrolysis process. So once this Cu2 plus and SO4 2 minus gets divided, you should remember one thing, that this Cu2 plus will go to negative ion. Okay, where it goes? It goes to negative ion, and SO4 2 minus will goes to positive ion. So inside the battery, electromotive force should be required so that we can pump the water from lower potential to higher. ikkada nunchi ikkada రావాలి. And outside from higher to lower. Inside from negative to positive, how does it goes? What is an electric motor for a battery? Electric motor is an electrolysis process, and this is a chemical reaction which is pumping the current from lower to higher. Inside the battery, current is not because of electrons. See, outside the battery, electrons will flow. Understand? Then only it is called as electric current, because the definition of current itself says that the rate of flow of electrons is called as electric current. So I is equal to E by T, rate of flow of electrons. Electrons flow per unit time is called as current. But inside the battery, current is not because of electrons, current is because of flow of ions. Inside the battery, ions will move. Ions will deposit into the opposite electrodes. Positive will go to negative, negative will go to positive. And this process creates electromotive force. This process creates electromotive force. So inside the battery, we call it as EMF. And outside the battery, this is called as potential difference. Hope you're understanding. So if I take a battery and this is a bulb here having resistance R, this is positive, this is negative, and current flows from higher to lower, this is called as potential difference. And inside the battery, current flows from lower to higher, that is called as electromotive force. Name itself that electrons gets motivated and gains some force to move from lower to higher potential. That is called as electromotive force. See, to see the cell phone, no motivation is required. It is just like water flowing from higher to lower. To study, we need motivation. Toughest things should require motivation. The biggest motivation for me is my father, because he was dreaming to become a doctor. I could not become. While dying, I promised that I could not become a doctor. I could not make you happy, but I'll make thousands of doctors in my hand. I started YouTube channel, created many videos. 2,800 videos are there. Okay, so that is the biggest motivation. Your father may scold you. Your father may beat you also, but he will be crying when you are sleeping. He will be crying because I bet my son. He shows anger. To make you hero, he becomes villain. To make you heroine, he becomes a villain. Because his dream is totally that you have to become a doctor, become a high class, white collar job. You should go to the next stage. I am a postman. I am a policeman. I am a teacher. But my girl, my boy should be a doctor. I am a lawyer. He should be a doctor. I am a home guard. He should be a doctor. I am a headmaster. He should be a doctor. Because this is the first floor. Doctor is the second floor. It's the next stage. 24 hours he is been dreaming, because girls' fathers are more sensitive. They want the safety of a girl. They want a good position. Definitely, they know that if their daughter becomes doctor, she will get one more doctor as a husband, and their life will go smoothly. Their life will settle. Even they don't get a government job, even they cannot crack MD, they will keep one dispensary in any village. They will earn 2,000 to 3,000 per day. That is a dream of a father. Try to understand that dream. Even he scolds, think that he will be crying at night when you are sleeping, because the same thing I am doing every day. By seeing my children, I will be crying. What about their future? At daytime I will scold, but night time I will be crying. I will be totally thinking about my children only. So never react on your parents' anger. That anger is a full of love. See, whenever balloon gets full, it will blast. Why it is full? If it is not full, will it blast? So night times it will be full of love. Daytime it will blast. That blasting means you should understand that balloon is full now. He is scolding me means understand that balloon is full of love regarding me. That is the thing you have to think here. Why I am telling all this? Because I want to help you. I want to help you. Really, I want to help you. From my heart, I want to help you. But if I want to help you, you listen to the class. You never do the problems in the house. You never try any problems. You never sit beside me and ask any doubt. Then who is most painful? I am the most painful. Chala painful. Because nobody is, 80% of students are not asking any doubts. Only those who are serious, 1 or 2 boys or 1 or 2 girls, they will sit together, will ask the doubts. I'll feel very happy. Yesterday that boy came from Hindupur. Where is Hindupur? 300 kilometers. He came from there. He used to see regularly YouTube channel. He felt that physics is easy for me. He came. It's not my greatness, because I promised my father that I'll make doctors. That intention is dragging, attracting the people. Understand? So this girl was there yesterday. Day before yesterday, she was up to 7 o'clock. She completed all the previous year questions. Yesterday, she attempted the paper. She got 58 marks in physics. She got 140 marks in chemistry. She clarified all the doubts yesterday only. That boy also clarified all. You ran away after writing the exam. That boy stood up to 1 o'clock. She stood up to 1:30. I clarified all the doubts. He was also at that time. Yesterday's paper discussion is over yesterday only. Father felt very happy. She got 58 marks. It's a good sign. First time. First exam. It's a good sign. I told next time I'll try to get her 80 marks. Next time I'll try to get 100 marks. See, if you sit beside me, then only you'll get physics. Just listening and going is reading a book and jumping into the water to learn swimming. Swimmer should be always along with the coach should be along with the swimmer inside the water. If he is not present, you will drown. Try to understand my feeling. Stay with me. No physics lecturer will ask you to like this. No physics lecturer will tell you that stay with me, sit with me, I'll do physics. Either he will scold you when you come for doubts, or he will run away from you. Two things. He will scold you. Enduku scold you so that you will not ask doubts. The reason also I told you, physics is such a subject that even he is an expert. He is a expert or is a old man or a young man, whatever it may be. On the spot idea, ego hurt. Physics లో ఎవరు చెప్తా ఏమా లేదంటే సార్ ఒక్క నిమిషం సార్ ఇది డౌట్ చూస్తూనే తెలుసుకుంటే ఆయన వస్తుందా రాదా అని విల్ నాట్ కమ్ 2003-4 లో ఎందుకంటే సబ్జెక్ట్ కొత్తది టీచింగ్ లో ఐ ఆస్క్డ్ ద క్వశ్చన్ టు మై సెల్ఫ్ సింహం అది బతకాల గట్లా 3-4 ఇయర్స్ క్వశ్చన్ బట్ ఒక్కొక్క ప్రాబ్లం 100 సార్లు 2 చెప్పి ఇప్పుడు భయం అనేది స్విమ్మింగ్ పూల్ ఈతగాలు ఎవరు తెలుసా? ద టీచర్ హూ నెవర్ సిట్ బిసైడ్ ద చిల్డ్రన్. జస్ట్ ఆయనకు వచ్చేది చెప్పుకోవడం కాదు, గట్స్ కావాలి. ఫిజిక్స్ టీచర్ 2003-2004 లో పీజీ 2 ఇయర్స్ నేర్చుకోవాలి సబ్జెక్ట్ ఫిజిక్స్. 2 ఇయర్స్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ సొల్యూషన్ పొద్దున ఎట్లా యాక్టింగ్. నిన్న ఏదో డౌట్ అడిగినట్లు ఏ క్వశ్చన్ అది ఈ రోజు కొత్తగా సాల్వ్ చేసినట్లు యాక్టింగ్ ఏదో అడిగిన తర్వాత దిస్ వాజ్ ద సిచ్యువేషన్. సో ఐఎమ్ టెలింగ్ ఫ్రాంక్లీ I'll stay with you, but why don't you stay with me? Otherwise, don't dream of getting 100. Don't dream of getting 100. Just class will try to understand my feeling. You'll not get anything. అదే భయం నాకు. కానీ నేనేం చేయమంటావు? నేను చేపీనికి రెడీ ఉన్నాను. నువ్వు లేవు కదా, నువ్వు ఉండవు కదా నాతో పాటు. నేను ఎలా చెప్పాను? హౌస్ రైట్ పేరెంట్ అవన్నీ తెలియదు. నీకు డబ్బులు కట్టినా నీ దగ్గర వదిలిపెట్టినా నువ్వు మోటివేట్ చేయాలా పిల్లల్ని, నువ్వు కూర్చోమని చెప్పాలా. నీ శాత కానప్పుడు నేనేం చేయాలి సార్? నీ మీద నాకేమైనా చదువు వస్తుందా? నేను ఫిజిక్సా? నువ్వే ఫిజిక్స్ నువ్వు దగ్గర కూర్చోబెట్టుకుని చెప్పాలా, అది నీ బాధ్యత. నా మాట వినరు పిల్లలు. నేను లెక్చరర్ కాదు, నేను హోమ్ గార్డ్, నేను టీచరు, నేను ఏదో అంటాడు ఆయన. నువ్వు ఫిజిక్స్ లెక్చరర్, నేను మ్యాథ్స్ మోటివేట్ చేస్తాను. ఫిజిక్స్ ఎట్లా మోటివేట్ చేయాలి సార్? నువ్వు చేసుకోవాలి. నీ దగ్గర దమ్ము లేదు, నువ్వు మోటివేట్ చేయలేకపోతే నేనేం చేయాలి సార్? నీ మీద నమ్మకం తోలు పెడితే నువ్వేం చెప్పేది? సుత్తా ఆడ 30 వచ్చిండే, ఆ కాలేజీలో వచ్చినప్పుడు ఇక్కడ 45 వచ్చింది. ఏం చెప్పినావు సార్ నువ్వు? ఒక నెల వేస్ట్ ఫెలో అంటాడు. ట్రై టు అండర్స్టాండ్. అందుకోసం నేను పేరెంట్స్ కి ఫోన్ చేసి చెప్పేస్తాను, 2 రోజుల్లో మీ అమ్మాయికి మీ అబ్బాయికి వస్తుందా రాదో చెప్పేసి సార్ ప్లీజ్. మీరేమో నా మీద హోప్స్ పెట్టి వదిలిపెట్టినారు, వాళ్ళేమో నాతో పాటు కూర్చోకుంటే రాదు సార్, మీ ఇష్టం సార్. ఐ కెనాట్ ప్రామిస్. నేను లెటర్ రాసి సైన్ చేయించుకుంటాను సార్, మీ అబ్బాయికి వస్తుందా రాదో. కూర్చుంటే వస్తుంది సార్. 6 o'clock వరకు కూర్చుంటే 60 మార్క్స్ వస్తుంది, 7 o'clock వరకు కూర్చుంటే 70 మార్క్స్ వస్తాయి, 8 o'clock వరకు కూర్చుంటే 80 మార్క్స్ వస్తాయి, 10 o'clock వరకు కూర్చుంటే 100 మార్క్స్ వస్తాయి. మీరు ఆలోచించుకోండి సార్, మీ పిల్లలు అమ్మాయి ఎన్ని గంటలకి ఇంటికి వస్తుందో చూసుకోండి. ఈ అమ్మాయి 6 o'clock వరకు కూర్చుంది, 60 మార్క్స్ వచ్చినాయి, 58. వాళ్ళ ఫాదర్ ఏమన్నాడు 7-8 వరకు కూర్చోబెట్టుకోండి సార్. 8 వరకు కూర్చుంటే 80 మార్క్స్ వస్తాయి. ప్రపోర్షనాలిటీ కదా. So 1 hour you can do 20 problems. 1 hour you sit, you can do 20 problems. Our target is 50 problems today. Is how much? How many problems are there today? 46 problems are there. Means around 50 problems. How much time it will take? 2.5 hours. నా పక్కన కూర్చొని చేసి రాకుంటే అడిగితే అప్పుడు వస్తుంది. లేకుంటే ఎట్లా వస్తుంది? How do you expect to come? Just to class వినుకొని వెళ్ళిపోతే వస్తుందా physics? It's not so easy. Total India is suffering because no lecturer is sitting beside the girl or a boy. Total India is suffering from physics only. But I am telling open challenge. నాకు ఒకవేళ ఐడియా రాలేదనుకో మీరు అడిగినప్పుడు కొంచెం థింక్ చేస్తే వచ్చేస్తుంది. బట్ రేపు చెప్తాను ఎవరికి చెప్పను నేను. రేపు నేను చెప్తా అన్న అంటే నేను ఆ రోజు ఓడిపోయినట్లే. నేను రేపు చెప్తానంటే ఓడిపోయినట్లే. ఇంకొక గంట తీసుకొని థింక్ చేస్తా, బట్ ఆన్సర్ ఆ రోజే చెప్పి పంపిస్తాను. దట్ ఈస్ మై ఛాలెంజ్ इंशाल्लाह. I'll do that. कैसे सेकंड ईयर है मैं, मेरे को नहीं आता. फ्रेशर हूं मैं, लॉन्ग टर्म ली तो नहीं आता. ये निकाल दो दिमाग से. आपको चुपके टाइम पास के ऐसे आ रहा हूं मैं, एक महीना कैसे कर ले को क्या कि 2-3-10 मार्क का 15 मार्क बढ़ती. लॉन्ग टर्म लेना सोच मैं, मेरे बाप को छिलना सोच 1.5 लाख रुपए. मेरी बात सुनो. 1 साल पहले डॉक्टर बनकर बाहर निकले समझो, महीने को 50,000, साल को कहते हुए 6 लाख. जबकि 1 साल के 6 लाख रुपए, आपके एक महीने लॉन्ग टर्म लिए तो कितना 1.5 लाख से कम में नहीं आता. लॉन्ग टर्म डे स्कॉलर को 1.5 लाख, नारायण में गए तो 2 लाख, डे स्कॉलर को 2 लाख, हॉस्टलर को 3-3.5 लाख है. थिंक इट. सो इफ यू सिट दिस 1 month, I promise, inshallah, I promise that 100 marks getting in physics is so easy, dead easy. But if you not sit, I cannot assure. I'm not talking. That's it. So you చెప్పినా ఇప్పుడు see what I'm doing. So understood what I'm saying now? Okay. So one more thing is, we say, what did we say now? We said that there is a battery and there is a bulb. Okay. I told you that this is the basic. The current flows from this is a higher potential, this is a lower. Current flows from higher to lower, but inside the battery, current flows from lower to higher. That is because of electrolysis. Electrolysis will create electromotive force. It will motivate the ions to move to the opposite plates. That's okay. But what is the meaning of conventional direction of currents? Conventional direction of currents. Conventional direction of currents అంటే ఏం తెలుసా? కరెంట్ ఏమో ఇలా పోతుంది, ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఏమో ఇలా పోతాయి. ఎప్పుడైనా గుర్తుపెట్టుకో, కరెంట్ డైరెక్షన్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ డైరెక్షన్ విల్ బి ఆపోజిట్. ఏం సార్ ఇది? డెఫినేషన్ మీరు చెప్తున్నారు కదా, ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఫ్లో ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అని చెప్తుంది. మరి ఫ్లో ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ వైపు కరెంట్ ఎందుకు లేదు, ఆపోజిట్ ఎందుకు ఉంది? ద రీజన్ ఫర్ దట్ ఈస్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, దీస్ ఆర్ ద ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అండ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ఎ హోల్, నో జస్ట్ సీ. ఇప్పుడు ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఇలా మూవ్ అవుతున్నాయి, కరెంట్ ఇలా పోతుంది. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్. Why is it so? Conventional direction of currents. Conceptual question undi. Nobody knows why electron flows like this, current will flow like this. Nobody knows. No lecturer will correctly explain this out. Nobody is having patience to make the children satisfied. I don't know, such a worst it has become. So what is the reason behind that? చూడు ఇక్కడ ఈ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఇందులో పడింది అనుకో, హోల్ ఇడికి షిఫ్ట్ అయ్యేదా లేదా? ఈ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఇందులో పడింది, then what happens? Hole gets shifted here. This electron falls here, holes get shifted. Now when electrons fall in a hole, it is full now. See, that's why we call current as hole current. Flow of electrons takes place, then only holes get shifted. That's why we call hole current. Current means direction of shifting of holes, which takes place only when electron flows. That is called as conventional direction of currents. Hope you are understanding. That's it. Now just see here. So once you understand this one, what is the microscopic view of electrons? See, if you understand this microscopic view of electrons, that question number how much? 18, huh? That question number 18 which was asked in the year, microscopic view of electrons. How does the microscopically it will move? There is one previous year question. A question ravalante concept raval. It's very simple. So here I told you that this is a bulb in which there is a battery and current flows inside the battery. And now current flows outside the battery in this direction. I will take a smallest part of this wire. I cut that wire. Okay. So if I cut that wire and take it separately here, that wire appears to be so big, I will see microscopically what happens. I am connecting the positive and negative terminal here. This is the positive and negative terminal here. Understood? So this is a positive and negative terminal here, and this is positive and this is negative. What are the things present in the battery? Battery consists of positive ions. Battery consists of positive ions. Battery even consists of negative electrons inside. Okay, negative electrons inside. This is positive, that is negative, means positive will positive will attract the electrons. Right or not? Positive will attract the electrons. This electron tries to go towards the positive terminal, but it is not free to move. Many hurdles will come. I am taking one electron as a reference. All the remaining electrons also will do the same thing. But for understanding, I will take one electron. This electron collects ion. Again one more ion, one more electron, one more ion, one more electron. So after taking multiple collisions like this, it moves forward. It will not go straight. It takes multiple collisions and move forward, and that type of velocity is called as drift velocity. This is called as drift velocity. Okay. So that is called as a drift velocity. Now let us imagine the length of a conductor is L, and length or displacement is nothing but velocity into time. Displacement is nothing but velocity into time, and this is the potential connected, and in which direction the current is flowing now? Always from positive to negative, but in which direction the electron will flow? In this direction, because electrons are negatively charged, which is attracted towards the positive terminal. Current ila, electrons will conventional direction of currents we call it as. Understood what I am saying now? So if it is the case here, okay, if it is the case here, then how do you find out the current? See, current is nothing but charge by time, rate of flow of charge. Charge means Q. Q means not a single electron. Q is not a single electron. Q is number of electrons into charge on a single electron. Q means how many electrons are present in this N. Okay. And what is the volume of this cylinder? It is V. Okay. So what is capital N actually? Capital N means number of electrons in volume V. Then what is small n? Small n is capital N by V. Small n is called as electron density. Electron density. What is the volume? For example, if I take 1 centimeter cube, a cube whose length is 1 centimeter, that is called as volume. Okay, volume of this cube, if you consider, if it has many number of electrons in that, So that number of electrons are taken as N. Number of electrons in volume V is called as electron density, because density is nothing but mass by volume. This is just density formula, general formula, but electron density means number of electrons per unit volume. Small n is called as electron density. Capital N is called as total number of electrons. Total number of electrons means small n into V or not. Okay, so Q is nothing but small n into V. What is V here? You know, volume is nothing but area into length. Volume is, this is the cross sectional area of a wire, and this is going to be the length of a wire. So volume is equal to area into length, and I told you length is nothing but drift velocity into time. So area, so instead of length I'll write a drift velocity into time. And what is this? This is called as N. Okay, so I'll write here once again, small n is equal to capital N. Capital N is equal to small n into volume. Volume means area into length. Length means velocity into time. So instead of capital N, you have to write all this. Instead of capital N, you have to write all this. So what are you going to do now? Okay, so I am getting now I. I is equal to Q means N into E by T. So what is N here? What is N? So N means this value. That is nothing but area into drift velocity into time. Okay. Is it okay? So N. And what else? N into V. Sorry, what is this? N into E. Okay. So I'll write here N into E divided by T. Understood? So what was it actually? Capital N is equal to small n into V. Small n into V. See, I is equal to Q by T. Q is nothing but Ne by T. N means number of electrons in volume V. This is a conductor of length L, which is drift velocity into time. Area of cross section is A. Volume is nothing but area into length. So capital N is nothing but small n. Volume is nothing but area into length. So N, A. Length is nothing but drift velocity into time. So capital N formula is this one. So I is equal to capital N means N. Capital N is N, A, VD, T, E by T. So TT gets cancelled. I is equal to NEAVD. So this is a microscopic view of current. This is the formula for microscopic view of current. Understood what I am saying now? Current basic formula is rate of flow of charge. Charge means N into E. N means number of electrons in volume V. So this is the volume of a conductor, and how many electrons are present? Small n. Where small n is nothing but electron density capital N by V. So capital N is nothing but small n into V. Hope you are understanding what I am saying now. So I got the formula for I. I got the formula for I. So what is the formula for current density? What is the formula for current density? Current density is nothing but current passing per unit area. Okay. So for example, if there is a bigger area, so this is area A. In that I will take a area, this much area. In this much area, how many electrons are coming out? So current passing per unit area is called as current density. So that is I. I is nothing but NEAVD divided by A. A gets cancelled. So J is equal to how much? NEVD, where VD is called as drift velocity. VD is equal to J by NE. Understood? So I means this one. So I by A means you'll get NEVD. Okay. So current density is NEVD. What is drift velocity? Current density by NE. Is it clear? Then after that, here. So for example, whenever there is a positive terminal, whenever there is a negative terminal, for example, this is an electron. This is an electron which is negatively charged, and this electron is moving from here to here. That electron is moving from one point to another point. Let us consider the time taken to travel from here to here is T, and that is taken as capital T. Okay, capital T is nothing but relaxation time. Relaxation time. Okay. What is the meaning of relaxation time? For example, it collided with the first ion, and next it is colliding with the next ion. After colliding with one ion, next it has to start move forward, but in between the way it will meet one more ion for collision. So in between two collisions, it has to relax for some time. That is called as relaxation time. So what is the formula here? V. Okay, the formula is V is equal to U plus AT. Initial velocity of this electron is 0 between the two collisions. Collide because this electron is attracted towards the positive terminal. It has to collide, but it should not stop. It has to continuously move. Physics radu, problem radu. Stop kagodu. Try again. Ask the teacher. Clarify the doubt. Next problem will solve. You will not get. Again ask the teacher. Third problem will solve. You will not get. Again ask the teacher. 10-15 problems will struggle. Next you will go very smoothly. You will go very smoothly. So the same thing happens here. So what is going to happen now? You all know electric field intensity is nothing but force acting on unit charge. Here charge is nothing but charge on electron. Q and N equal to 1 is to one electron, single electron. So F is equal to Q, E is equal to F by Q. F is equal to QE. Okay, but you know general formula for F is equal to MA. This is also force. This is also force. This is the formula for force in current electricity. This is the formula force in Newton's laws. General formula. Then what happens? 1 will be equal to 2. MA is equal to Q into E. So A is equal to QE by M. ఒకటే ఎలక్ట్రాన్ తీసుకుంటే క్యూ ప్లేస్ లో ఈ రాస్తావు, దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఈ ఇంటూ క్యాపిటల్ ఈ బై ఎం. ఓకే, బికాస్ ఇక్కడ n will be equal to 1. సింగిల్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ తీసుకుంటే చార్జ్ will become e, that's it. So a is equal to small e into capital E by m. Hope you are understanding what I am saying. Hope you are understanding what I am saying now. So if this is the case, then what happens? So v is equal to at, where I got a is equal to e into capital E by m. I got this from these two equations. You got this from these two equations, that small a is equal to e into capital E by m. So I'll write here this one. So that is what? That is nothing but drift velocity. Drift velocity is equal to a into t. What is a? A means e into capital E by m into t, which is nothing but tau. Time is taken as t. In between the two collisions inside the that is called as relaxation time. ఒక collision అయిన తర్వాత ఇంకో collision కి కొంచెం గ్యాప్ వస్తుంది, దాన్ని relaxation time అంటాం. So that is called as relaxation time here now. So if you get this one, already I got the formula I is equal to NEAVD. This is the basic formula. Then I'll write the new formula NEAVD. VD means E into capital E by M into tau. Step by step derivation తీసుకుంటూ వస్తే it's very simple. So but ఎంత easy? So what is this now? I is equal to NE square into A into E by M into tau. Understood what I am saying now? So this is a new formula for current. This is a new formula for current. Now just see. So I is equal to NE square A by M into tau. ఇంకేముంది E. So I told you there is, I didn't tell, but I'll tell you now because might be explained by some other teacher. So here, what is the formula for electric field intensity? It's a basic formula. ఇది నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసిన అంటే నీకు ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఇంటెన్సిటీ, ఎలక్ట్రిక్ పొటెన్షియల్ అర్థమవుతుంది. I'll explain such a way that you will understand electrostatics also. Current electricity కావాలంటే కొన్ని బేసిక్స్ కావాలి, electrostatics basics. That also you will understand. See, for example, there is one positive charge. There is another positive charge. This charge is Q. This charge is Q naught. This is a unit charge. This is some other charge having a distance R. So Coulomb's inverse square law says that Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square. Then what is the formula for electric field intensity? Electric field intensity is nothing but force acting on unit charge. Force acting on unit charge. So already you know the formula for force. Q naught by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square divided by Q naught. Q naught gets cancelled. E is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square. I got the formula for electric field intensity now. Then what is the formula for electric potential? Electric potential is nothing but work done on unit charge. That is force acting on unit charge. Potential means work done on unit charge. So potential for force is work done is nothing but force into displacement is R here. Okay, and this is Q naught. So electric potential, force means Q naught by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square into R divided by Q naught. So Q naught, okay, and this is R and this is R square getting cancelled. So electric potential Q naught gets cancelled. Q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R is left. Okay, this is left now. So what did you get now? What is the difference between potential and what is the difference between electric field intensity? Okay, this electric field intensity kada? So compare these two. If you compare these two, electric field intensity R square is there, potential only R is there. E and V, the relation. What is the relation between these two? So here, if you want to make E equal to V R square, V, it will be equal to V or not? Understood? So E is nothing but potential by distance. That is the relation between E and V. Okay. So if you take the same concept here also, so what do you understand from this? So I is equal to N E square A tau by M, where E is equal to V by L. Because the conductor is having a length of small l. The conductor is having a length of small l. So V by L is there. So what are we going to get now from this? So I is equal to V, I will keep in the numerator, and the remaining things is ML divided by NE square A into tau. You got this formula or not? Okay. So what did I do? E is there here. I wrote E as V by L because E, the formula for E is Q square by 4 pi epsilon naught into R. V means Q by 4 pi, This is Q by R square. This is 4 pi epsilon naught into R. Okay. V R extra on this. So V E is equal to V by R. Length of a conductor I have written. So that is called as V by L. So V in the numerator, in the denominator, remaining things if you keep, you can just compare this with V by R. It's called as Ohm's law. I is equal to V by R. V is equal to IR. Ohm's law we call it as. That means what is the formula? What is the formula for R? Resistance M L by N E square A into tau. Okay, so A by V, L is outside. So because this is just like I is equal to V by R, R means how much? ML by N E square tau into A. So I have taken L by A separately, and you also know R is equal to rho L by A. Rho is nothing but resistivity or specific resistance. Then what is the value of rho? Rho is nothing but M by N E square into tau. See, this is such an important topic that you will not understand at one sitting. మళ్ళీ ఈ వీడియో కూల్గా పోయి ఇంట్లో చూడాలి. నోట్స్ రాసుకుంటే కూడా అర్థం కాదు. You only will understand. Otherwise, because ఒక దాంట్లో ఒకటి ఉంది, ఇది మొత్తం బ్రాంచ్ ఉంది. That is very important that you have to know. So I got the formula for what is this? This is called as resistivity. But what is the meaning of conductivity? What is the meaning of conductivity here? So I got resistivity is this one. Then I want conductivity. So this is conductivity. Okay. So what is this? This is resistivity. Then what is the meaning of conductivity? Conductivity is reciprocal of resistivity. So sigma means M N E square tau by M. Understood? N E square tau by M. So I got the formula for conductivity also. Resistivity, conductivity. Resistance law, resistivity undi. Resistivity, conductivity. Is it okay? So again, you should know. I told you I is equal to NEAVD. I told you J is equal to I by A. I is NEAVD divided by A. AA gets cancelled. J is equal to NEVD. So VD is nothing but A into tau, because V is equal to U plus AT. A is equal to QE by M. I told you or not? A is equal to QE by M. So drift velocity is equal to Q into E by M into tau. Is it okay? So that which already derived by me, I'll substitute here. NE into VD is nothing but QE by M into tau. That is the formula for VD. This VD I substituted in here. Now I'll substitute the VD in current density. Then what I'm going to get? So I is equal to NEQ by, this Q is nothing but E. Single electron, I will take it as E. So here, E into capital E by M into tau. So J is equal to N E square by M into tau into capital E. Okay. So J is equal to sigma E. Because sigma is nothing but N E square tau by M, which I already explained here. N E square tau by M, interlinked. Everything is interlinked. Okay. Sigma I got it as. So now, next, what is the meaning of mobility? Given by mu? So here, in a conductor, so you are connecting a battery now. You are connecting a battery means you are connecting with an electric field. If you connect a battery, there is an electric field now. Okay. So mobility is nothing but whenever you connect the electric field, you know electrons will start moving. Okay. The motion is created in an electron. Whenever you apply the electric field. Okay, mobility means movement. Mobile canteen means it will move from one place to another place. Mobile means you can carry and move from one place to another place. So mobility means motion, movement. That movement you will get only when you apply electric field. So whenever you apply an electric field, there is a drift velocity. In a conductor. A very simple definition. So therefore, you all know drift velocity is nothing but A into relaxation time, and drift velocity is nothing but E into capital E by M into tau. So therefore, the basic formula for mobility is this one. Then what is the next formula, which is called as advanced formula? Mu is equal to VD is capital E, small e into capital E by M into tau divided by E. E gets cancelled. Mobility is nothing but E by M into tau is the second formula. Okay. So this is the second formula for mobility. Is it understood to you? So I explained mobility, I explained current density, I explained resistivity, I explained conductivity, I explained current density, I explained current also. This is a total concept. You can solve the problem which is called as 18th one. Anybody has to get this one? Okay, can you do this one now? The problem can you do now? Come on.